Have you ever seen a first responder who looks like they need a first responder themselves? Why is it so many EMTs and paramedics are out of shape? In this video, I'm gonna talk about the exact reason why you see so many shift workers who look like they don't even take care of themselves. But importantly, I'm gonna talk about practical, functional things that you can do to make sure that your schedule works with you instead of working against you. So without further ado, let's get into it. Isn't it interesting when you see someone giving advice when it looks like they should be the one taking the advice? For example, have you ever seen a personal trainer giving advice, but they look like they need a personal trainer? Or even better yet, what about the doctor who's giving nutritional advice, but the doctor himself is the one who's obese? Oftentimes, you may have seen an EMT get off the ambulance and you thought to yourself, that EMT looks like they need an EMT themselves. Well, the reason that you see so many EMTs, paramedics, first responders out of shape is due to the nature of the job. And here's what I mean. The nature of the job is unpredictable. It's all over the place. Whereas you have a normal individual, they may work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. In fact, they have a set routine, they have a set rhythm. Whereas an EMS worker, a shift worker, they have no set routine, no set rhythm. They work 12 to 16-hour shifts and it's all over the place. So not only is their circadian clock, their biological clock all over the place, our biological clock can't even get used to a set routine. So what that means, an increase in cortisol. And that's just our stress hormone that allows us to store more body fat. So our schedule is all over the place. We can't even get into a set routine. Another reason why you see so many EMS workers out of shape is because the days that they are off, typically they're either working a second job or they have family activities that they're taking care of. So they have limited time for themselves. But the thing that's so concerning with EMS work, and this is a field that I work in, we're so busy taking care of everybody else, but who is taking care of us? And it has to be us. It has to start with ourselves. We cannot pour from an empty cup, meaning that we must take care of ourselves before we can take care of other people first. Another reason why you will see so many EMS workers out of shape is due to the poor eating habits. An EMS worker, we respond in the ambulance from the station, right? And oftentimes, when you're trying to eat something, you have to eat what's ever around you on the go. You're coming back from taking a patient from the hospital. Before you can even make it a mile down the road, you're getting another call. So we're eating our meals pretty quickly before we get that call or arrive to the call. We're eating whatever is like close to us. So oftentimes it's processed food, fast food. We're not eating meals like the normal individual. So being that we're eating poor quality foods, being that we're rushing eating these foods, all these things add up over time and we're not even moving. Another reason is the job actually breaks your body down. Getting up and down off of the rig, carrying the equipment, picking up patients, all that stuff wears on you over time. And before you know it, you have an injury and that injury sets you back. And then you're not 100%, you're never like what you used to be. And that really just sets you back where you can't even get the ball rolling to feel like you can get healthy again and work out again. But here's some of the practical and functional things that you can do to make sure that your schedule works with you and not work against you. When you are going to the hospital, or if you're sitting waiting for your next call, instead of sitting there scrolling on social media seeing what the next celebrity is doing, why not get up, stand up, and get your steps in? As you walk in with the patient or you're walking to the hospital, to the ER, get as many steps in as possible. Do 50 squats, do 50 push-ups between each call. And that way, after you drop the patient off into the ER, you're still getting some kind of movement in. You're still kind of getting some workout in. And believe it or not, when you finish your shift, you done completed a full workout, but it doesn't seem like it because you did it in intervals. And that's one thing that's really helped me, is to make sure that I stay active. If we had idle time, or even when we were taking patients to the hospital, I would make sure that I would move to increase my daily step count. One of the goals that I would aim for is a bare minimum 8,000 steps a day. So if you're in a busy department, more than likely 8,000 steps a day is nothing for you. But if you are in a slower department, there's no excuse. You should be getting your steps in while you're waiting for that next call. Another game changer that really helped me to make sure that I stay lean year round despite the crazy schedule is intermittent fasting. And if you don't know what intermittent fasting is, I advise check out this video right here to see how you can burn body fat without tracking calories and without going crazy over some elaborate meal prep. But intermittent fasting was something that allowed me to just put my meals on repeat. I didn't really have to focus on like what food should I eat. Of course, I made sure it was quality food, whole foods, but I would make sure that I would eat at 12 noon and I would finish at 8 p.m. My last meal, 8 p.m., that's my deadline. That's the last time I'm having food. And then when I worked the night shift, because I also worked 11:30 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. Again, that's that crazy schedule that most EMS workers work. They work around the clock because the job is open 24/7, 365. So when I worked overnight, I would have my first meal or my last meal at 11:30 p. and I would fast throughout my shift. And then when I would get home, I would make sure that I would fast a little bit more, but I would have my breakfast at that time when I get home. So that's another little hack you can do. Intermittent fasting, it allows your body to burn stored body fat for energy. And again, instead of focusing on, should I eat this food? Should I stop at 7-Eleven, Quick Trip? If it's within your eating window, you can eat. But if it's outside your eating window, make sure you do not eat, because that's how you're gonna burn body fat. Now, when it comes to working out, you have to work out, especially if you're picking up patients, especially if you're carrying the equipment. This stuff wears on you over time. So make sure that you're getting your mobility in. Yes, stretching, make sure that you're staying flexible, that you're moving. But not only mobility, you wanna make sure that you're working out. Now, I get it. We as shift workers, EMTs, first responders, our schedules are all over the place. So unlike what you see on social media where they say you need to work out 6 to 7 days a week, as a shift worker, that is impossible. You're not trying to look like a bodybuilder, so why train like one? You're trying to be functional not only for your patients, but you're trying to be functional and dependable for those who rely on you, whether that's your family or whether that's your coworkers, because you don't want to be a liability. You don't need 6 to 7 days a week. Work out 3 days a week, 1 hour. That's all you need to stay in this game for the long haul. So 3 days a week, it can look like a push, pull, legs, or it can look like back and bis one day, chest and tris one day, legs and abs the other day. Or you can do an upper body split, a lower body split, and then a full body split. As long as you're getting 3 days a weekend for 1 hour, you can be in this game for the long haul. So you see so many EMS workers, so many shift workers who are out of shape. Let me tell you, it's not because they want to be out of shape. You can ask anybody. You think they're going to tell you, oh yeah, I want to be out of shape. I want to carry extra body fat. No, it's due to the nature of the job, due to the unpredictability of the job. And if you are a nurse, a firefighter, a police officer, an EMT or a paramedic, you know, or even a construction worker, someone who works graveyard shifts, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So the thing is, more than likely, your schedule is not going to get better. You have to find ways that's going to work with your schedule, not work against your schedule. So the nature of the job is one of the main things that really takes people out for the long haul. I've definitely been there. I'm someone who's a EMS worker myself, so I work around the clock. I work day shift, I work night shift, worked in busy departments in New York City where they run you into the ground. I know what it's like to want to be able to use the bathroom and you can't use the bathroom because you're running from the next call and then you get the hire to go to another call. I know exactly what it's like. Or when you're at the hospital and then you have the supervisor, what we call them bosses here, they tell you to hurry up and get out of the hospital so you can go back in service. It is a stressful job, but let me tell you, you have to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, who else will? You're taking care of everybody else, but you have to make sure that you take care of yourself. So if you want more practical tips, more functional tips, things that can work with you instead of against you, subscribe to the channel, because my goal is to help you to make sure you reach your goals. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.